Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with the P1 boys and the Nissan League tonight. It's the GR2 class. It's round 5 live from Spa tonight. We've got a 10-minute qualifier followed by a 15-minute sprint race, and then we follow that up with a 30-minute feature. So there's no bop bop is on, and no tuning. We are in these GR2 Nissan. So tables wise, Dylan is stomping away at the front at the minute into round 5, 118 points. Mocking Weeks 92 in second. Dizzy third with 89.5. Manny in fourth with 88.5 points. GT Evo 60.5 points for fifth. Rob S in sixth with 51 points. Seventh is Apache with 50 points. Where's the rest of that? Where's the rest of that video, Paddy? Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it, Pads? Oh my god. Alright, so I don't know who is in the bottom half of the table. Apologies, people. The video's cut short for some reason. Maybe that's why it wouldn't send, Pads. Who knows? So, unfortunately, only the top half of the table to play with. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. If you want any of those, hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com. Other than that, let's get ourselves into this lobby. Alright, let's just fiddle with some volumes. How's it coming through? Okay, is the volume alright? Cars versus me, the other way round. So we're just waiting for this lobby to reset, and then we'll kick off with this 10-minute qualifying. Let's have a look who we've got in the room tonight. Got Dizzy, got Dylan, got Obi-Wan, new driver back in the P1 fold tonight. He's had a few months out as Obi-Wan. Let's see if he's still got the force. Raffo's in the house, Manny is in the house, P1 Don, Mocking Week, Skippy, Rob S, Ricky J, Pilgrim, and the Dodger. And me, obviously. Again, just waiting for this lobby to reset. Obi-Wan, you're a bit laggy, the boys are telling me. Carnage, yes, so it is going to be a bit moist here at Spa as well, according to all weather indications. So expect a little bit of bumping and a grinding or something along those lines. We'll see. It might just be a full-on smash-a-thon around some of these corners. Why aren't you racing tonight, Lewis? Right, let's get ourselves in. Cool, blimey, my headphones are a bit loud. Coming into this final corner, already a bit squirrely. Struggling to get these cars around the corners. Let's just see what his tyres are looking like. Oh, shall I put that on? Intermediates, they're looking good. So just the wet weather then. Struggling through the source. Again, just got to be careful when you're putting the power down in these cars. Let's go for a lap on board with Skippy then. So down the through Eau Rouge and Radion. Again, just backing off the power through there. Onto the Kemmel straight. Big long straight. The may see one or two moves happening here due to the slipstream effect. Hard on the brakes into Les Combs. Here just how tentative they're being on the throttle on the way out of some of these corners. Into Brussels now then, again another tricky corner for the drivers to negotiate. Down to Dave. That's not its real name, but that's what we've lovingly called it. And down towards P1 then for Skippy. Again, this isn't qualifying just yet. We're just waiting for the lobby to reset. Just look at the spray being thrown up. We'll have to get on board with one of the drivers on the grid and see what that looks like as they come into turn 1. So down through campus then. Still nobody spun it off track just yet. We'll see what happens though. Again, these boys have been on track for about 5 minutes already. There's a little bit of a dry line showing up down through Blanchimont then. Don under pressure from Pilgrim. Again, this is only practice still. We're not into qualifying just yet. Through that final corner. Oh, Skippy runs wide through there and back across the start finish line then. Have you reset the lobby and is this qualifying? Where are you going, Skippy? That's not the that certainly isn't the track. Through fast through there. J just coming out of the pits then. Dizzy onto the Kemmel. So maybe this is qualifying then. If it is, we've got Raffo on pole at the minute. He's almost 0.4 of a second quicker than anyone else with a 2:17.9 in the wet. Let's see if anyone could beat that. So yes, it is only a 10-minute qualifier. Doesn't give them too many laps around here. About 4, maybe 5 if they can squeeze them in. Then second on the grid at the minute. Again, just that point. Oh, and it's as easy as that. Aquaplaning down the street then for Mocking Wheats. That's that lap thrown in the bin. Probably picked up a bit of damage due to that as well. Don's off track as well. Dizzy then third on the grid so far. He's almost 2 seconds behind Raffo's fastest. Still got 1.5 seconds to try and catch up with Mockin as well if he's going to take second. Again, tricky circuit here in the wet. The GR2s aren't very forgiving either. Tail trying to get loose on Dizzy's car then. He's not able to go quicker that time. Manny in 4th at the minute. He's got himself a 2:22. Mickey J 5th, a 2:22 as well. P1 Don is a 2:22.5. Skippy a 2:23. Pilgrim is in 8th with no hot lap on the board just yet. 2:10, but that's an out lap, so that's not going to count. P1 the Dodger, also dodgy as he was last week. 2:31.2 then for Dodgy. Dylan 2:27, but it's not blue, so it's not counted. He must have been off track or picked up a penalty somewhere. Obi-Wan, the Jedi Master. Yeah, he does look a little bit laggy actually, even on the straights actually, Obi. Again, no hot lap yet. Let's see what he does when he comes across the line. It's a 2:28, but again, it's not showed up as a hot lap. Rob, no hot lap on the board either just yet. So 8 minutes into quali, 8.5 minutes into quali, and Raffo sitting quite comfortably on pole at the minute. Mocking Weeks car repaired. So we've only got about a minute left of qualifying. Can anybody unseat Raffo? Where is Dizzy and Dylan in this fight? They are usually at the front of the pack. Maybe taking their time, maybe been doing a bit of fuel burning, I don't know. Who's going to be the first lap bandit? Well, my money is going to be on Pilgrim. Sorry, Pilgs. Although it might be Dylan. If he stays this far down the pack, he might try and go a bit mental off the line to try and get up the field a little bit. We'll see. Obi-Wan then, the glitch master. Again, he's been out of the game for a little bit, so just getting used to the conditions. I don't even know if he's played on GT7 yet, to be honest. Yeah, a little bit of lag coming from you there, sir. And there we go, right at the end of qualifying. Dylan, Dizzy come through to take top spots then. Dylan then smashed it, 2:15.0 for Dylan. Raffo holds on to second. Mocking Weeks comes back and retakes third, 2:16.3 right at the end of qualifying. Dizzy, although he put in a time fast enough for second, Raffo and Mocking Weeks have come through to take that off him, 2:16.8 for Dizzy. Mocking Weeks on the 2:16.3, Raffo on a 2:15.8, and Dylan on that 2:15.0. Stormer. So I think Dylan's out of the game then for the Bandit. We've got a mix of tyres at the minute, wets and intermediates. We'll see what happens when the race kicks off if everyone decides to stick on those tyres. I think Raffo's fell asleep at the wheel. Obi-Wan's come through as well, third position, even with the glitch, even being out of the game for so long. 2:15.8, throws himself into third position. Spanner in the works then. Manny comes through fourth, 2:16.0, so still drivers coming through to take positions. I think that is most people done though. Mocking Weeks gets pushed down to fifth, Dizzy gets pushed down to sixth, Rob S seventh. Still putting in hot laps actually. Let's see what he's got when he comes across the line. I think we might still have one or two drivers out on track. Whether they're doing hot laps, I don't know. Rob S! Trying to take out Raffo as well. What a G. Yeah, that's an up-close view of the Impel logo. So Rob S right at the end of qualifying. Oh my days, it's all kicking off here. Dizzy's not having any of it. Dizzy's come through right at the end of qualifying. 2:14.8. Smashed it. Pushes Dylan down to second then. Rob S, who just took a second position time in, now pushed down to third. Raffo fourth. Obi-Wan fifth. Manny in sixth. Mocking Weeks in seventh. Pilgrim eighth. Skippy ninth. Oh, unless Skippy comes across the line and does something snaztastic right about now. No. Holds on to ninth. Oh, sorry, seventh for Skips. Did move up the order. Mocking Weeks eighth. Drivers all over the place there then. Oh, the rain's coming down. Maybe you should have put full wets on people. 15-minute sprint race coming up then. Who's going to make it round turn one without sticking it in the wall or off the track? Or into the rear end of somebody else. Hopefully nobody false starts. So it's not a false start. Wash their away. Big piles of wheel spin. Some drivers getting bogged down. I think that's Obi-Wan. Oh, we've got a driver that spun off in the background and taken out taken out one of the Team Green drivers, but it is Dylan that comes through turn one. Oh, Pilgrim comes through there pretty slowly as well. Let's see what happened at the back here. So, I think it was Skippy that peeled the rear up off the line, put it in the wall. Yeah, he's picked up front right wheel damage and rear bumper damage. Who was the other green? Oh, Rob S has got it wrong, coming down into Eau Rouge as well. Oh my gosh, it's all kicking off. Dizzy's got tangled up in that. He's all the way down to 10th from the start of the grid. It's all kicking off here then. Who was the other car? It must have been either P1 Don or Obi-Wan that got clattered by Skippy as he came through. Seems to have managed to make it through pretty unscathed though. Right, let's get ourselves back up front. So it is Dylan leading then. He's managed to get himself 2.7 seconds. We're only a third of the way around this track. Manny into second then, being chased closely by teammate Raffo. Team Purple in second and third. Pilgrim in fourth. Mocking Weeks fifth. Don in sixth. Obi-Wan in seventh. Dodgy in eighth. Ricky J ninth. Dizzy in 10th, looking for a way through. Ricky J just staying out of the way there. Oh, that's Ricky J. Allowing Dizzy to come through. Skippy in 11th, and then Rob S gets it pointing back in a straight line. Back up to speed. So was it intermediate drivers that have struggled versus the full wets? Inter's on for Skippy, Inter's on for Robs. Full wets for Ricky J. Dodgy on the full wets. Dizzy on the Inters. Obi-Wan on the wets. Whoa, Don getting a little bit squirrely through there. On board with Obi-Wan, so this is what he can see. A big pile of spray and some semblance of a car in front of him. Through, oh, Blodgemon, he's had to run wide. Takes a little dink out of Pilgrim's rear end as they come down to this last chicane. It is very slightly glitchy still on board with Obi-Wan, unfortunately. Let's get ourselves on board now. It's a little bit better with Pilgrim. You can still look behind us and see Obi-Wan glitching around. He's got Dizzy right behind him as well, and Ricky J not too far back. Down into the source then. Oh, Pilgrim's run massively wide through there. Going to get it back on track without spinning it out. Yes, he can. Dizzy comes through though. Pilgrim loses a couple of places, down to 6th then with that little mistake. Oh, nearly getting it all wrong through there as well for Pilgrim. Let's go and see where the Maniac is. Oh, he's lost a bit of time then, Dylan. That 2.7 second lead has been dropped to 1.9. Raffo's managed to get himself into second. Mocking Weeks third. Don into fourth position. Dizzy now fifth. He's made his way back through the field, closing up on that top four as well. Pilgrim holding a little bit of penalty. That's from going wide through Radion. Taking too much of the curb through there, so a little bit of a penalty he's got to lose later on in this lap. Obi-Wan 7th. Again, he's had a little bit of off-track action. Ricky J in 8th, Skippy in 9th, Rob S in 10th, Dodgy 11th with Manny. What happened to Manny? He was sitting in 3rd position. Got it all wrong now at the back of the pack. He's going to have to push hard then, Manny. Trying to fight a way past the Dodger at the minute. Oof, he's found some more time. 3.1 seconds. A little mistake from Raffo maybe. Possibly Mocking Weeks looks to have closed up on him a tiny little bit. Don then 4th. Starting to fall away from these top three. Dylan is just stretching his legs out front on those full wets. All these drivers will be looking for the dry lines if they can. Coming through to start lap 3 then, Dylan. Again, it is only a 15-minute sprint, so we are a third of the way through that now, 5 minutes in. There is that dry line. Dylan goes through, then Raffo through, Mocking Weeks goes through, Don in 4th, Dizzy in 5th, Pilgrim 6th, Obi-Wan 7th, Ricky J 8th, Skippy 9th, Rob S in 10th, Manny in 11th, and there is the Dodger. To catch back up with Manny at the minute. Manny's actually got his way past him, so maybe another little mistake from the Dodger then. nobody able to do anything about Dylan. 3.4 seconds up the road. Mocking Weeks is getting a little bit closer to Raffo as well. Everybody being real careful on the exits of these corners. They don't want to spin the back end of these Nissans up. Almost getting them pointing straight before the gas goes down. Loses a tiny bit of time through there to Raffo, does Mocking Weeks. Raffo there. Oh, Raffo gets squirrely out of there. Does well to keep it pointing in a straight line. Mocking Weeks not close enough to go for any kind of move. Does bring him back a little bit closer though. Don then at 3.1 seconds back in fourth. Another 4.5 back to Dizzy. Oh, Dylan. Dylan's got it wrong. What has happened? He's got front end damage as well. Drops himself all the way down to fourth position. That puts Raffo into the lead of the race. Mocking Weeks now second. Don third, and Dylan. Oh, I thought Dizzy came. I thought Dizzy came through. Did he? Oh, okay. Obviously not. So the top two now bumper to bumper. On board with Raffo, looking back at a chasing Nissan of Mocking Weeks. Down through Eau Rouge, Radion, spray being kicked up. Everybody being cautious through there. Nobody wants to run it wide and pick up a penalty. Onto this Kemmel straight. Mocking Weeks a little bit far back to make a move into Les Combes, but he will close up a little bit with that slipstream. So careful with the throttle coming out of these corners. There he is. Just 0.6 of a second back at the minute, Mocking, just keeping himself in touch. They have got a big gap behind them now. Hear those tyres squealing, so there is dry areas starting to appear on circuit. Still nothing in it between Mocking Weeks and Raffo. Big ball of blue flame fires out the side of Mocking Weeks' cars as he comes down the gears. Still Mocking Weeks unable to close that gap up. Again, let's just have a... Whoa! Raffo gets it squirrely through there. How close does that be, Mocking Weeks? He'll be able to get the hammer down all the way down towards Blanchimont. Will he be able to make a move down towards this Vine chicane? He's close enough. Raffo's going mega defensive. He's holding that inside line. Oh, Mocking Weeks didn't make a lunge up the inside there. Has to hold on for second for a little bit longer than Mocking, just 0.5 of a second back. Raffo trying to drop the toe. Don and Dylan side by side as they come down this start-finish straight. Who's going to have the metal through here? Dylan stamps on the brakes, flies past Don on the run into La Source, gets himself up into third position. There is Dizzy, just 1.8 seconds behind Don as well. He's just got to be a little bit careful of Diz. Ooh, Dylan's running a bit wide through there. He might end up picking himself up a penalty. Seems to have got away with it. So Raffo still leads them. Mocking Weeks still all over the back of him, but there is 5.1 seconds all the way back to third position Dylan now. Only 4.5 minutes left in this first sprint race. Again, it's only a 15-minute race. Weeks all over the back of Raffo. There's going to be a move happen soon. Not got to worry about fuel or tyres in this race. Go hell for leather. Are they both on? So it's a wet tyre versus intermediate tyre race here then. But Dylan is finding time at the end of this race. So from a 5 point something second lead, he's got it down to 3.8. He is still holding that penalty that he's got to lose, but he is taking chunks out of those top two. There you go, 2 seconds up, fastest lap. Slowed down through there, so he does bring that gap down to, he's lost a lot more now due to that penalty, but 4.5 seconds the gap back to Dylan now, with a couple of laps left and the amount of time he was taking out of the two drivers in front. We'll see what happens. There is Don and Dizzy still pretty close as well. Top 5 starting to all come back together a little bit then. Up front, Raffo still leads Dukes. Evening, brother. I tried pretty hard, Dukes, but, you know, it's just too good. Man behind the wheel firmed it. Yeah, it was me driving. Cheeky. I was doing about 120, Dukes, down the run towards the A46 bypass from my gaff. Oof, in the wet. Gets up there too quick. Don't even realise you're doing it. That's enough of that. Raffo then holding on by the skin of his teeth. 0.3 of a second in it. Mocking Weeks trying everything he can. Whether the intermediates are just holding him back, they shouldn't be. It's actually stopped raining on circuit now, so the tyres will fall into Mocking's favour. 2 minutes left on the clock. It will mean one more lap for these two. Mocking Weeks having a little look around the outside. He's got to try something. Look, I tried in the beams as well. Mark knows better. At least I'm still out here driving like a maniac, Dukes. Oh, Raffo is under some serious pressure here from Mocking Weeks. Is he going to be able to hold out for one more lap? No, he's not. He gets that corner wrong. Mocking Weeks squeezes through then. Now, can he hold it on the run down to Blanchimont? A little bit wide there for Raffo. Oh, we've got drivers backwards. Dylan, he's off track. He's spinning around. There goes Don and Dizzy. Dylan gets himself back on track. He's picked up another little bit of front end damage here. That's a shame. He's pushing too hard. Now then, can Don hold on from that third position? He's under pressure from Dizzy himself. Mocking Weeks now back under pressure from Raffo. Got himself half a second lead as they come into this final lap. Just a minute left on the clock. Nice and tight through there for Raffo, but it doesn't look like it's helping him out. Mocking Weeks has pulled a little bit more time. And that battle behind Don now runs wide through turn 1. That allows Dizzy to go through to take that third position. Oh, what a shame from Don right at the end then. Drops himself to 4th. Dylan back on track. Car repaired in 5th. Manny in 6th. Pilgrim 7th. Skippy 8th. Rob S in 9th. Ricky J 10th. Obi-Wan in 11th. And the Dodger in 12th. Mocking Weeks then. Yeah, here we go. He's finding more and more time over Raffo. Final lap pops up on screen now then. All or nothing for these drivers. Still, oh, it's raining on this part of the circuit. Wipers are back on. Hopefully Mocking Weeks doesn't... I won't say it, because then I'll get blamed for it. So through Poubon they go. And into to campus. This is where we saw Dylan spinning it around. This corner actually, but either way, he was spinning around. Mocking Weeks then comfortable now, 3.1 seconds. He just needed to get his way past Raffo. He could have been out front a lot further, a lot quicker. 3.3 seconds then, just the final chicane to go then for Mocking. And there it is. Taking the win here in race 1. Raffo's going to come home for second. Don holds on to third position. Dizzy takes fourth, but Dylan managed to close back up. He takes fifth finally. And he's going to come home for sixth position. Oh, Skippy gets a bit tail happy in the background. Almost loses that seventh, but he takes it. Pilgrim takes eighth. Rob S takes ninth. Ricky J through Blanchimont. That final chicane, we have already got the Dodger across the line in 12th. So Ricky takes that 10th then. Dodger has finished, and we just wait for Obi-Wan penalty and Glitchy and 11th. Boom, there it is. Race 1 done and dusted. Mr. Lewis, evening. Evening. How are we all doing? So race 1 done and dusted. We do have a little bit of a break before we jump into race 2. It'll only be about 5 minutes. And it's a 30-minute sprint race. Again, I think it's going to be hacking it down with rain, so if it is, it means more wets, more inters. And that negates the 2 tyre rule. So if it's in the dry, they do have to use at least 2 different compounds of tyre. It's usually a couple of sets of softs and a medium. But in the wet, that doesn't come into play. Yes, Mr. Lewis. Yeah, I'm all good. Thank you very much. I'm all good. Don't listen to what Duco says. Alright. I was in full control. Apart from when I wasn't. But then I got control. It didn't help that I got 2 driver's side flat tyres either. Not flat, but they were low. But I'm not sure if that was a cause or effect. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what caused it or that's what happened after I kind of went a bit sideways, dragging my car down the street at 120. Shh. It was in Mexico, alright? It's fully legal. It's on the Autobahn in Germany, as well as Mexico. That's how safe I am. It wasn't on the run down to my local bypass at all. Yeah, there was a split second where I was like that. My hands weren't round my face. I was still holding onto the wheel, but 37 minutes then. That's what time we're kicking off with race 2. Oops. Oh, sugar. There goes my lighter. This happened before. I dropped my lighter off the side of my table. It was never to be found again. Don't even know where it went. Oh, that's not the line, whoever that was. Yeah, it's a bit quick, the old motor. Gets up there pretty damn quick, I'll tell you that. No, not really. No, I wasn't shitting it. No, no, swearing on my own channel. Look, oh, there was a little bit of oh, hey, oi, and then kind of gathered it up. There was a little flap, but no, there wasn't. You know, wasn't papping it. Not bad behind the wheel of a car. I'll have you know. I wasn't even worried that the actual crashing bit didn't worry me at all. It was the how much is this going to cost me? That was the bit that worried me. Is it a write-off? Because I've only just got money back from my last car that got written off. Nothing to do with me, by the way. Wasn't even in it. It was parked outside my house and some fool took the side out. Yeah, I'm going to have to maybe just take it a little bit easier. Just a little bit. Now that was only in normal poodle mode. That wasn't in sport and all that, with all that lot turned on. That was just in normal nip into the shops mode. Maybe that's why. Maybe I needed it in full sports. Who knows? Done now. Nobody's dead. My car's fine. The barrier's fine. No change of underwear required. Yeah, it's the cost, you know, cars these days, flipping it, unless you actually stick it into a lamppost, they're pretty solid. Not like cars gone by. Cool, blimey, the amount of those I used to see folded in half. Peugeots, French cars, oof, tinfoil. Absolute tinfoil back in the day. How Renault or Peugeot or whatever it is became one of the best people for that thing. Yeah, it's going to make it a bit interesting. The top 8 from the... Oh, there's someone else ploughing into the wall. Rain may be coming down a little bit heavier in race 2 then. It's going to change it completely. So yes, the top 8 from race 1 end up in a reverse grid in race 2. But just the top 8. Everyone else stays as they are. So yeah, it could throw it all over the place. Unfortunately for Don and Mockin, Dizzy and Dylan are going to be in front of them. They're usually, you know, no offence to the other boys, they're usually the faster out of the 4, those two, Dylan and Diz. So I thought we were starting at 37. What's happening? Race 1 winner. Definitely looked wetter on track, that's for sure. Massive great puddles appearing. You can physically hear it. Wipers on full. Oh, it's got wide through the hairpin. It's going to be tricky here. Let's have a look. ABS kicking in, no traction control. Way and round we go. Not a bad recovery from Mockin. Fortunately, I think you may see a little bit of that in race 2, even with the wets on. really aren't like it going around corners. What's happening here? Got a reverse race with the purple team. It was never going to end well, was it? Ricky J trying to take out Raffo. Penalty for Obi-Wan that he's not going to serve. Oh. Pilgrim then just giving everyone a bit of a word. About to get race 2 underway then. Here we go. So yes, top 8 reverse. So it is Pilgrim on pole, Skippy second, Manny in third, Dylan 4th, Dizzy 5th, Don in 6th, Raffo 7th, Mocking Weeks in 8th, Rob S 9th, Ricky J 10th, Obi-Wan in 11th, and Dodger in 12th. Wait for these lights to drop. They're away. Ooh, anyone peeling out? Everyone getting away a little bit better this time. Nobody's spearing off into the wall. Down into turn 1. Whoa, everyone taking it very cautiously through there. Skippy gets pushed wide a little bit, gets himself back on track, but everyone's going to be on this wet line. No dry line available just yet. Pilgrim leads then. Oof, takes a bit of the wall with him, trying to get the tightest line into this corner, but oh, and that's the effect. He's gone a bit too quick into there, so Pilgrim's going to fall all the way down the order so early on. Oh, no, he's not quite, because Dodger's just done exactly the same thing. And Dodger now ends up at the back of the pack. So, back out front, Dylan being chased closely by Manny in second, Dizzy third, Rob S in 4th, Mocking 5th, Skippy 6th, Ricky J 7th, Don in 8th, Obi-Wan in 9th. Obi-Wan now peels off into the wall, these wet conditions, causing mayhem and chaos. He's still in 9th though. 10th. Oh, Rafa's just gone through, Pilgrim's just gone through. Obi gets himself back on track, keeps himself ahead of Dodger, who really is struggling here. I think he's just been off somewhere else as well. So Dylan leads. He's managed to pull some time over Manny, 1.8 seconds. Look at the mist here as well. It's Diz, evening bro. There he is. Just popped himself in the chat before this race. He's under threat here from Mocking Weeks side by side. Oof. Oh my gosh. Dizzy's got the inside line through here though. Holds on to that third position. In the meantime, Dylan is just taking the Michael. 3. Ooh, I say he's taken the Michael. He's spun off at that very same corner he spun off in the last race. Other drivers now kicking off as well. Dylan holds that lead, but he loses all that time. He's under threat from the drivers behind now. Dylan, oh, he does lose all that time. He gets pushed down to 4th, right in the thick of it now. So Manny leads as we come down to round out lap 1. The blue flames being fired out the side of these Nissans with their side exit exhausts. Mocking into second then, Dizzy third, Skippy 4th, Dylan gets shoved down to 5th, he's been nudged wide through there as well. Trying to get himself back up to speed, so Skippy goes through into 4th. Oh no, apologies. Chopped and changed as they came up to the line. Don in 6th then, Skippy 5th, Don 6th, Ricky J 7th, oh he's gone wide. Raffo is to take that position off him. I think he's got it. He has. Raffo into 7th then, Ricky J in 8th, Obi-Wan 9th, Pilgrim 10th, Rob S right behind him for 11th, and the Dodger in 12th. So yeah, these wet conditions causing all sorts of problems. Manny and Mocking side by side as they come up towards Les Combes. Oh, Manny sticks. Oh, he's taken out Mocking. Was hard on the brakes into that corner. The car squidged sideways. It just clipped Mocking Weeks and pushed him off circuit, and luckily for Mocking, Manny's managed to hold off on the accelerator and allow Mocking Weeks back on track, back into the lead of this race. Some good sportsmanship there. He could have quite easily kept the hammer down, but I'm sure that wouldn't have gone down well in the chat later. So Mocking Weeks still leads, then Manny second, Dizzy right on the rear end of them now though in third, Don fourth, Raffo fifth, Skippy in sixth, Ricky J seventh, Dylan now in eighth position. Something's gone wrong for Dylan somewhere. Obi-Wan ninth, behind Pilgrim and Rob S battling it out for that 10th position. And Dodger just trying to keep it on the grey stuff at the minute. Mocking Weeks into the lead of this race then. 1.7 seconds he's managed to pull now from Manny. Oh, Manny drifts it through there. Seen a couple of drivers lose it around that corner. That's going to put him under pressure from Dizzy behind, and Don. Dizzy looks to run around the outside, gets his nose up the inside as it comes through Blanchimont. Oh, it was tricky though. Almost took out Dizzy, almost took out Raffo. Don. Oh, nearly 3 wide as they come into this chicane. Don's managed to squeeze his way through into third position. Dizzy holds fourth, Skippy gets pushed down to fifth. Raffo sixth, Dylan seventh. It's kicking off here again. Skippy having another look at Dizzy as they run up to La Source. He's got the run on him. Who's got the brakes? Skippy trying to run around the outside, but almost managed to slip back up the inside of Dizzy. Didn't quite work. There is Mocking Weeks. So look at this, 4.4 seconds lead over Manny. Manny's had a bit of a reprieve. That little battle between Dizzy and Skippy has allowed him a bit of breathing room. 2.4 seconds now back to Don in third. He's got himself 1.9 seconds of breathing room behind to Dizzy as well. Dylan has also managed. What's happened to Skippy? Skippy, no! Skips, no! Skips! He already had front end damage and rear end damage, and he's just put it in the wall for more front end damage. He's all the way down in 10th now. Oh, let's go back to that. Pilgrim and Rob S side by side through the Les Combs. Rob S wins out on the exit of that. Oof, he gets tail happy on the exit. That allows Pilgrim to come back through. Pilgrim runs wide, allows Rob S to come back through. Oh my gosh, it's all kicking off here at Spa. And that's the gap that's developed with that little bit of off-track action from Pilgrim. So, Mocking Weeks now throws himself off circuit. That releases Manny into the lead. Absolute toss-up who's going to win this. Oh, Mocking gets pushed all the way down to 5th with that mistake. Ricky J's managed to pick himself up a penalty as well in 6th. He's got to lose that. He's got Raffo about 3 seconds behind him at the minute. He's coming up towards that penalty section as well now is Ricky J. So let's see, he has lost a bit of time to Raffo anyway. Let's see if he loses that position, because it's more than that 0.5 of a secondary lead with the deceleration and accelerating back up to speed. He loses about half a second, maybe a little bit more. Raffo does definitely close up on him. So Manny continues to lead then. Into lap 4 we go. It does look tricky out there. There's drivers sliding into some of these corners, sliding on their way out as well. So Manny 1.8 seconds over Don. Be careful through that second part of the uphill run there. Just a lot of drivers risking getting a penalty with cutting that corner. Dizzy in third, he's under pressure. Dylan is flashing the lights, he's up the inside. Well in front before Les Combs, hard on the brakes, the pair of them. Oh, Dylan's gone for a tiny bit of a drift through there. Oh, and on the exit as well. Keeps that third position over Dizzy though. Raffo now 5th, Ricky J 6th, penalty lost, Rob S 7th. Raffo making his way through, Mocking Weeks 8th now, losing another position. Pilgrim in 9th, off 2.5 seconds, Pilgs. Where have you found that? Did you swear at a marshal or something? That's a big chunk to lose. Skippy then in 10th. Saw him getting it a bit wrong, coming up the Kemmel. Dodger in 11th, and Obi-Wan now at the back of the pack. Oh, wide through there as well. There's a penalty. Unless it was a glitch, in which case... oh, no, there you go. So it wasn't a glitch. He does pick up a penalty. So Manny's 1.7, 1.8 second lead starting to come down a bit. Don drags it down to 1.2, I saw on the board there. But Manny finding more time as they come through Blanchimont. Into the chicane. Still pulls a little bit of time on Don. The gap up to 1.8 seconds between the top two. Now third, but 7.2 seconds back. Dylan's mashed it up again. He's put himself somewhere. No damage, but he just got himself into third position ahead of Dizzy. Now he's all the way back down in 6th again for Dylan. Having a bit of a nightmare here at Spa. Ricky J gets pushed down another position down into 7th. Oh. Don's made a mistake, he has. He's got a whole load of front end damage. That's exactly what I'm talking about, taking that corner a little bit too fast at the top. He's spun it out and into the wall. Is he going to hold on to third position? No, he's not. Rob S comes through, he has got a penalty. Mocking Weeks might take this position off of him as well. Has he? Where's Mocking? There he is. Mocking gets himself back into 4th. Dylan also having a look at the inside of Don and gets himself through as well. All change here again at Spa. Manny now 11, 10.8 second lead. 12 minutes into this 30-minute race. Dizzy in 2nd there. A lot of work to do for this man to try and close up on that front runner. And they are still packed pretty tightly in this mid-bunch. Dizzy, Rob, Mocking, Dylan, Don, Raffo, Ricky J, Pilgrim, all pretty close together. I'd say about 4 seconds between them. Yeah, about that. Rob S putting the pressure on Dizzy here as well. He's got that penalty to lose, so that's not going to be putting much pressure on for long. Now, does this give Mocking Weeks the opportunity to retake a position? Rob S, though, gets his nose up the inside of... Ooh, he's trying to stay off the racing line. There goes Mocking Weeks through then. He does take that third. Rob S back up to full race pace. Dylan's having a look, though. He's up the inside into the chicane. Who's going to win out of the braking? It is Dylan. He holds on to that 4th position. He did cut that chicane a little bit tight. We'll have to see whether he picks up a penalty for that. They are still bumper to bumper as they run through that chicane and down this start-finish straight. Manny will be quite happy with the gap he's got. And seeing that big pile of blue behind him, he'll know they'll be battling like mad. Look how close they are. still all bumper to bumper, really. A little gap, bit of a gap developed. Dylan manages to get his way back past Dizzy. He's back up into third position. Dylan. Ooh, almost outbraked himself there. Pilgrim catches up with the rear end of Raffo, though. Oh, it goes deep. Gets it pointed back in a straight line, but now loses a lot of time to that fight in front. 2.5 seconds plus. So a dry line starting to appear now then. Will we see anybody attempt a pit stop? Maybe go for a set of inters? Is the weather going to come back? Is it going to start hacking it down with rain again? Ooh, a little bit wide through there as well for Pilgrim. He loses more time. He's put himself under pressure from Ricky J and Rob S now as they close up on him. J defending for his life at the minute as Rob S looks to make his way past. He's trying to look for any opening at the minute, Rob S. Ricky J holding on to it for the time being. So back up front, Manny still holds 10.6 seconds halfway through this 30-minute. Mocking Weeks into second, Dylan third, Dizzy fourth, Don in fifth, Raffo sixth. There is Pilgrim trying to close that gap back up, 3.2 seconds back now. Ricky J and Rob S still battling for that eighth. Pilgrim comes in the pits this lap. Okay, so he's getting rid of the wets. Is he going to stick a set of inters on? Skippy in 10th, the Dodger in 11th, and Obi-Wan a little bit of a penalty to lose in 12th. So what are you doing, Pilgs? Tyres wise, are you going to stick a set of inters on? Or are you going for the full wets? Racing softs on board for Pilgs. He's seen that dry line. He wants it. Oh, wait, it's Pilgs, no! Pilgrim, stop it! No! Bad Pilgs. Come on. Get on that dry line. Whoa, who's this coming around now? Skippy. You're going to lose that position, Pilgs, but let's hope you can get those tyres up to temp and find that dry line around this circuit. Let's see how he gets on later on then. Let's go back up front and see what's happening with Manny. Comfortably holding that first position, 10.7 seconds still. Dylan's managed to get his way into second past Mocking Weeks. Yo, Steve Austin, how you doing? Don then, he's managed to get his way past Dizzy as well, so a bit of movement happening in the field. Dizzy gets pushed down to fifth. Raffo still on the tail end of this fight. Pilgs dropped off the back end. He came in the pits and he stuck a set of racing softs on the Maniac. Came straight out the pits and put it in the wall, so we'll see how he gets on with those. Rob S has managed to finally make his way past Ricky J then into 7th, Ricky J 8th, Skippy 9th. There is Pilgrim on those racing softs. Closing back up here again. He just needs to find and stick to that dry line. See what he can do with these then. Dodger in 11th, 44 seconds back, and Obi-Wan closing up on him, just 1.7 seconds back. Oof, so Dodger's been in the pits. He's gone for the racing soft option as well. Interesting choice. Will it benefit them? So little bit of time lost up front then. Manny, he's lost a second to Dylan. Dylan has pulled a bit of time on teammate Mocking Weeks. Are you both orange? I can't quite tell. Red and orange. So no, you're not the same team. So 18.5 minutes in. Raffo, plenty of time up front. Little bit of wear showing on those wets, but only he knows how they feel. The times have got a lot quicker now the dry weather's kicked in. We've gone from 240s, 236, 233, 226, 216 down to a 215 for Manny. Will we see any other drivers opt for that soft option? So Manny losing a bit more time again, that time down to 8.7. Dylan pushing hard then, trying to close the gap up to the front runner. He's got plenty of fuel on board. Will he opt to come in for, I don't know how long a pit stop here, it's quite a long time I think. He's definitely going to lose that position to Dylan and Mocking Weeks if he comes in. Probably to Don and Dizzy, but then will the soft tyre benefit him in the second half? So he does come in the pits this lap. Dylan follows him in. Mocking Weeks stays out. Don stays out. Dizzy, he comes in as well. So it looks like a few of the drivers are opting for that soft option. Jay, he's back up into 6th position. What's happened to Rob S? Has Rob dropped himself out for a set of tyres? Ricky J stays out. Raffo stays out. Rob S, no, I think it's just a little bit of a mistake from Rob S. He's now in 8th position and under threat from Skippy here. Skippy is on those racing softs, as is Pilgrim. Dodger, he's come out on the racing soft as well. Obi-Wan's still out on the inters. Mocking Weeks holds onto those wets, as does Don. Nearly 21 minutes in then. So the top two have stayed out on the wet tyres, even though we are in almost dry conditions now. Manny on those softs, 7.5 seconds down from Don and Mocking. Now they've just got to hope the weather doesn't turn around and decide to come back. Or that soft option is going to be an absolute waste of time. Now then, 6.4 seconds the gap. 8.5 minutes remaining. It's going to be close. Now these boys might opt to come into the pits for a change of tyres. They might opt to stay out. It's definitely got easier now. There's a dry line, that's for sure. There's chaos and mayhem right at the start. There was drivers spinning around all over the place. Positions changing left, right and centre, but now we've got to some kind of normality with the dry. We have a little bit more of a consistent grid. So Mocking Weeks now 4.2 seconds up the road. Is he looking for a bit of wet to keep those tyres cool, save a bit of life on them? He doesn't come in this pits this lap either. Don stays out as well. There is Manny all over the back of these two on those soft tyres. Dylan closing up as well, 5 seconds back from Manny, so that only puts him 12 seconds behind Mocking, who's in pole position. And he will close up. Will it be quick enough? 7.5 minutes left. There is Mocking, 4.6 seconds ahead of Don. He's putting in what's he got? 213, 214, 215. Don is putting in 215s, 240s, 215s. Manny on the soft. So 215, 228 on his in lap and a 217 on his out lap. Dylan's putting in 214 on his out lap. Oh, Ricky, where are you going in 5th? Under threat from Dizzy here. He swings over to the right hand side, up the side of Ricky J. Both on the brakes as they come into Les Combs. Dizzy on the soft option. Ricky J still out on those wets. So time coming down. Maybe a little mistake from Mocking Weeks. Manny now 3.3 and closing, coming down rapidly in fact. got himself past Don. Ah, no, sorry, that's where it's changed, isn't it? Don's dropped to 3rd position. Manny's made his way past. And now only 2 seconds behind Mockin. The soft tyres, although they will wear out fairly quickly, they're not wearing out as quickly as Mockin Weeks would like. Gap down to 1.5 then. Dylan also managed to make his way past on those soft tyres. He's up into 3rd position and now only 5 seconds behind Mockin Weeks himself. Five and a half minutes remaining. Mockin Weeks then holding that lead, but for how much longer? Manny just 0.7 of a second behind him. He looks like he's carrying more speed down the hill. It's going to be a hard push for Mockin to hold on to this position running up the Kemmel. Mockin Weeks holds that inside line, looking for a little bit of wet there as well. But there we go. It's as simple as that for Manny. Ooh. Able to get the power down a lot earlier as well. Look at the time he's pulling over Mockin Weeks already. If we jump back to Mockin, we'll see a Dylan in the background. He's now only 2.9 seconds behind Mockin. And closing 2.5, 2.4. With every corner he's able to get closer and closer. 1.5 just through that little complex. Should have come in then, Mockin Weeks, for that soft option. Oh, there's Pilgrim backwards on track. Now Dylan all over the back end of Mockin Weeks. Oh, he's run wide though, he's on the gravel. Oof, gets it back on track. He's got a lot of work to catch back up with Mockin Weeks now. 2.3 seconds. With only 4 minutes left on the clock as well. He did catch him up pretty quickly. We'll see how quickly he can catch him up. His tyres are starting to show a little bit of red on them, but shouldn't affect him in relation to the fight with Mockin Weeks on the wets. He's able to brake later, accelerate earlier, turn sharper, everything all over the back of Mockin Weeks again already. 1.5 seconds the gap. Mockin Weeks definitely looking for a bit of wet. Keep the tyres as cool as he can. Gap just down to 1 second then again between Mockin Weeks and Dylan. Here it is. It's going to be on the Kemmel straight again here. Dylan might just have to back off the throttle a little bit and wait for the straight before he can press on Mockin. Mockin's holding that inside line, but those faster tyres of Dylan's. We're just going to see the same thing happen here. There he goes into 2nd position. So Mockin Weeks now in 3rd position. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Oh, almost chaos there as well for Dylan. But Manny now 6.4 seconds up the road. He's only got 2.5 minutes left to race here, so that will mean one more lap by the time he crosses the line. Dylan holds 2nd position. Going to be hard push to close up on Manny now with just a lap to go. Mockin Weeks holding that 3rd. He's got 9.5 seconds back to Don. Dizzy, surprised Dizzy hasn't fared better on the soft tyre. I think he's had 1 or 2 little mistakes here and there though. He is in 5th, only 1.6 seconds and closing behind Don, so this might all change here. He could go for this 4th position. Less than a second. Oh, there it is already. Just easily up the inside of Don. The softer tyre, the grippier tyre, just able to make light work of Don on his slightly worn softs. There he he is into 4th then, Dizzy. Okay, so Manny into this final lap. He still holds 5 seconds over Dylan. Dylan has managed to chop a second and something out of Manny's time, so... And it's still dropping, 4.8. Dylan is absolutely thrashing this Nissan then, trying to close those gaps. Trying to make as much time up as possible, corner by corner. Gap still at 4.8. Again, it's going to be hard push to get that manoeuvre. But if he can just, again, 4.5 seconds, 4.7 seconds in, what now, almost 2/3 of a lap is pretty much impossible without some kind of, let's not say it again, 4.3 seconds. So he is still closing. There is Manny, there is Dylan. Mocking Weeks now 10.3 seconds back. Dizzy made his way past Don, we watched that, but he's now 7.2 seconds away from Mocking. Is Manny then still holding the lead, but that time come down again, 3.2 seconds. Dylan pushing as hard as he can. He's got a couple more opportunities if he can get close enough, but I don't think it's going to happen. We have got drivers already crossing the line then, as we are over the 30 minutes. A gap down to 2.7 seconds, but Manny just has the final chicane to do. He can get around this cleanly. He's going to be on for a win here, Manny. And there it is. He comes across the line to take the win here in race 2. Good drive, Manny. Dylan, real good effort to try and come back, but unfortunately not quite close enough. Second. Mocking Weeks through that same chicane then. He will hold on to 3rd again. Good drive on those wet tyres for Mocking. Possibly should have come in for a pit stop, but he does take 3rd nonetheless. Dizzy comes home for 4th. Don is going to take 5th. Again, the drivers on the wet tyres possibly should have opted for that quick stop. Everybody had plenty of fuel on. They only needed to come in for tyres. So 5th for Don, 6th for Skippy, 7th for Ricky J. We'll run through the rest of the order while we wait for Ricky J. So Raffo in 8th, Rob S in 9th, Dodger in 10th, Obi-Wan in 11th, and Pilgrim in 12th. And there it is, just waiting for Ricky J to come across the line. He will take that 7th position. I couldn't tell you what that's done to the order because we didn't get the second half of the table, so I don't even know what the full points are. And there it is, race 2 done and dusted. Interesting race, that one. Wet weather catching a few of the drivers out. Look at it now, look. Oh. So that's pretty much what they were racing in at the start. There was drivers going backwards and sideways and upside down and all sorts. But they all made it to the end in the end, I suppose, is the yeah. Shut up. So that's it for tonight. 2 decent races there. Again, tricky conditions in these in the rain at Spa. So well done to everyone for getting it across the line. Not too far apart either. We are back same time, same place next week, 9 o'clock on Sunday. We've got the Team Oliver Racing League. That's being prepped right now. No problem, Mr. Mocking Weeks. No problem, Skips. We've got the Team Oliver Racing League being prepped now. There is the GTTCC. That's coming up beginning of April. So keep your ears nailed to the ground for that. And the minis at some point. No problem, Manny. So, it's, again, depending when they start, the minis will be on Monday, Team Oliver Racing will be on Wednesdays, GTTCC on Fridays, and the Nissan League, or a P1 League, depending on how far into the year we are, on Sunday nights. But I'll get you lot updated on the page as to what's coming up and when. Again, I don't have an actual date for the minis. I don't have an actual date for the Team Oliver Racing. It's the beginning of April for GTTCC. I think they're just nailing down 1 or 2 other little bits before sending that live. I think we've got the jobbies. I think we've got the lobbies nailed, as in the amount of drivers. I think it's just final setup for lobby conditions, etc., etc., for the season. So yes, I'll keep the page updated as and when they're coming up. But apart from that, that's about it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, give it a comment, drop a little subscribe in there. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.